Good morning, students. In today's class, we will discuss about the installation, maintenance and overhaul of machinery. The first is, what is installation? Installation means as soon as the new machine come, it should be installed as per the procedure. That means to keep the machine steady at one place, to fix the machine at that place, and to take up the static and dynamic load, and maintain the accuracy lifelong of the machine. This is called the installation of the machine. The sequence of installation methods are as follows: making a foundation of the machine, fitting and moving of the machine, leveling, testing. These are the sequences. Now let us see one by one. Foundations. Machinery foundation is built up a structure designed to support the machine and to take up the static and dynamic load of the machine, beside keeping the machine in alignment. That means once the foundation is made, the machine should take up the static and dynamic load. Now what is static dynamic load? We will learn later. So these two loads we should take up by the machine. For that, proper foundation is required. So not only that, and keeping that alignment, same alignment lifelong of the machine. For that, foundation is the most and foremost thing. The machine foundation must fulfill the following requirements. Now for foundation means it's not just a simple foundation. For that, certain points are there. These points we have to fulfill that. It must support the machine at a given height and must be able to take up the static and dynamic loads. That means the machine should be aligned or machine erected at a certain height and take up the static and dynamic load. It should preserve the alignment of the machine. So once the foundation is made and the alignment is finished, and the leveling and the whatever aspects are there, those are filled, and these aspects, this accuracy should, this level or whatever it may be, this should be maintained by the machine throughout its life. Then third point, it should absorb the vibration of the moving parts. In case the machine is moving, there will be a lot of vibrations, and this vibration should be absorbed by the foundation. So for that purpose, the foundation is very important thing. Lifting and moving. For lifting and moving the machines, the equipment like hoist, derricks and cranes are employed, and also ropes are used to tie up the machine. Lifted to move the machine or to lift the machine from one place to the other place, certain lifting equipments are there. Those equipments are required, such like hoist, derricks, cranes and all, by tying the machine with the wire rope and lifting from one place to the other place. Leveling. It is necessary to provide a good solid foundation upon which the machine is set and accurately leveled. Performance of any machine tool depends upon its level and foundation. That means when the machine is erecting, the levelness of the machine is very, very important. If the leveling is correct, the machine will give 100% efficiency, and also the accuracy also will be maintained. If the level is not proper, the machine will not give the proper accuracy and efficiency. So leveling of a machine is done using steel wedges, leveling blocks, jacking screws. So these are the three methods of leveling the machine. The steel wedges can be used with or without steel packing at 3 or more points under the machine bed. By tapping, adjust the wedges so that the machine is leveled longitudinally and transversely, preparatory to tightening down and grouting. So before grouting the machine, before tightening the foundation bolts, leveling is the most thing, giving the necessary packing by steel wedges at the required places and maintain the bed levelness. And accurate leveling can be achieved by the use of laminate shims. So after the rough leveling with the steel wedges, then accurate, if the fine leveling is required, fine lifting is required, lowering is required, this will be achieved by laminated shims. The thin shims are there, laminated thin shims are there, thin sheets or thin shims are there. With this, the fine leveling is done. These packing shims are obtainable in sets in which each individual shim is of a different gauge, and a combination of these can be used to obtain the desired thickness. So these are readily available. The shims are readily available with a different thickness. Each shim has got a different thickness and the thickness also written on that. So yet a set of shims are available and getting those shims and required shims will be selected. When a machine is placed on these leveling blocks, the machine bed does not touch the foundation but rests entirely on the leveling blocks, thus permitting the machine to be raised or lowered to the required height and leveled up. That means when a machine is placed on these leveling blocks, the entire machine stands on the leveling blocks so that we can increase the height or lower the height as per the need. It also permits the machine to be re-leveled at any time. So in case the level is disturbed, so it can be re-leveled at any time since it is a rest on the leveling blocks. The machine is also leveled by the use of the jacking screws provided as shown in figure, where the screw is seen to bear upon a steel plate let into the floor. So the machine is also leveled by use of jacking screws. The jacking screws are shown in the figure. By this, the level of the machine is increased or lowered, and as per the setting is over, then the required packing will be inserted. Extra sensitive levels are used for setting lathe, grinders and precision machines. To protect subsequent movement of the machine, a cement fillet is made all around the machine base as indicated. While grouting with the cement, care should be taken not to offset the level of the machine during the purpose. So once the leveling is over, by inserting the shims or steel wedges, so once the level is completely checked, without disturbing that, throughout the full surrounding of the machine should be filled with cement grout. And during this time, the levelness of the machine should not be disturbed. Some machines are also mounted on anti-vibration pads. In this case, the machine is leveled using leveling bolts. So when the machine is providing a lot of vibration, such machines are just mounted on an anti-vibration pad, because sometimes some machines starting time and stopping time produces a lot of vibration. So for this, foundation is not important. Instead of that, anti-vibration pads to absorb the vibration, and also the leveling bolts are used. For this example, the example for this is generator. Testing machine tools. Unless a machine tool is accurate, it will not produce accurate work. It is necessary for the manufacturer to state the degree of accuracy of the various movements controlling the accuracy of the components produced by the machine. So the manufacturer, they gives a certain degree of accuracy of each part, and by this machine maximum what degree of accuracy can be achieved also they mention in the manual. So for that purpose, testing is also very important. Except in test charts, most makers of machine tools do this by means of test charts, which indicate the maximum permissible error together with the actual error of the part when it was tested at the maker's work. So acceptable the chart in the manual, the manufacturer also supply in the manual that the machine gives certain degree of accuracy and the maximum error the machine can give only this much. So accordingly we have to do the testing of the machine. Such information and tests are invaluable for checking machines after repairing so as to ensure that it has not been disturbed in transit, it has been properly fixed in position, it will yield an accurate product. So these are the points. That means once the machine is erected, and if the machine is not giving the prescribed accuracy of the manufacturer, that means somewhere it is damaged. Maybe that during the transportation time or during the erection time, or the machine erection is not proper, foundation is not proper, such things are there. Otherwise, whatever the manufacturer promised in the manual, the accuracy of the machine, same accuracy will be obtained by erecting the machine. So for that the points are given. It has not been disturbed in transit, means during the transportation the machine is not disturbed. In case it is disturbed, the accuracy will damage. Accuracy also disturbed. It has been properly fixed in position, that means foundation is proper, it will yield an accurate product. So the product means the job which what we are the machine is meant for, what type of job, for that job only are done on the machine. The test charts are in three sections: leveling, geometrical test, and performance test. So how the test is done? By three aspects. Three aspects are given, three stages. So these three stages are given here. First one is leveling. The machine must first be carefully leveled on a rigid floor by means of steel wedges, packings, etc., and checked with precision level as specified in the charts. Each test is based on the correct erection and leveling of the machine. So leveling means the machine must first be carefully leveled on a rigid floor, means the floor must be rigid, the floor must be strong without any damages on the floor, or the levelness of the floor also very important, and the check the precision level as specified in the chart. Each test is based on the correct erection leveling of the machine. So the erection is correct, the level also come correct. So this is leveling is a very important thing. So after the leveling only we can go to the next test. So first leveling we have to take. For that the floor is very important, the strong rigid floor is required, and over that the machine is kept properly and erect properly, and after that leveling is done. Geometrical test. The test is carried out to know the grade of accuracy of the assembled machine while idle and in an unloaded condition, and after running the main spindle for at least an hour at its mean speed. The machine should be tested in its fully assembled states. That means geometrical test means after erecting the machine is, after the erection of the machine is been finished, then leveling is checked. Then the next is geometrical test means running the machine unloaded condition with half an hour time, the main spindle of the machine just running without any load or unloaded condition. That also in assembled condition, the machine should be assembled fully, all the parts should be assembled, and unloaded condition the main spindle should run for an hour and checking the machine for its correctness. Ensure that the machine is leveled before the test is done. And for this geometrical test, the first step is leveling of the machine is very important. After leveling only this geometrical test is conducted. Performance test. This test is to ascertain the precision of a machine tool for the finishing operation for which the machine has been designed. The practical test should be carried out on pieces, the production of which does not require operations other than those for which the machine has been built. The performance test means after the geometric test is finished, next the performance test is done by loading a job, and the what degree of accuracy is prescribed in the manual. So same accuracy we should achieve, and for this the machine is used for same purpose only. The machine which is meant for what purpose? The same purpose. Not the machine is meant for one operation, other than that going to some other operation and trying to do that on this machine, it is wrong. So the machine is meant for what operation? Such operation only done on this machine, and the accuracy of the machine is checked. The practical test should be carried out on pieces, the production of which does not require operations other than those for which the machine has been built. The degree of working accuracy of the machine, besides depending on the machine itself, is also influenced by the following factors. So the accuracy which is produced by the machine, or the job which is done on the machine, and the accuracy is achieved are influenced by some of the factors. Some factors are connected to this. One is the type of cutting tools. If the machine erection is correct, level is correct, geometric test is correct, but the cutting tool is not a proper cutting tool, or non-standard cutting tools are used, so the accuracy will affect by the cutting tool. So that is the first point, the type of cutting tool. The second factor is the material of the cutting tool and workpiece. If a cutting tool is there, but it is a local cutting tool, local made cutting tool, where the material of the cutting tool is not proper, so and workpiece material also not of the correct, the unrecycled material might be used. So these are the points which will affect the performance of the test. Third point, the cutting speed, feed and depth of cut. So accordingly, to achieve the proper performance of the machine, cutting speed, selection of the cutting speed and depth of cut also very important. So proportionately the cutting speed and cutting speed, feed and depth of cut, it is all interconnected. So these 3 points are also very important. Tool and work holding units, how the job is held, whether the job is heavy for the machine or work holding units are not held properly. So all these points are considered. The last one is the skill of the operator. For when every point is proper, leveling of the machine, geometrical test, performance test, cutting tool is also standard type, material of the cutting tool and workpiece material also proper, then cutting speed, feed, depth of cut, everything is correct, the tool and work holding units also correct. The finally comes to the skill of the operator. If the operator, every point is correct but the operator doesn't have skill, he doesn't have idea or doesn't have the skill, so the finally affect the skill of the operator. That means operator performance also very important in this case. Test charts. A test chart is prepared for each machine by the manufacturer of the machine. It consists of instructions for testing, names of the machine, measuring instruments used, sketches and details of permissible error and actual error. It provides a convenient basis for conducting test. Test chart means a test chart is prepared for each machine by the manufacturer. A test chart is prepared by the manufacturer, so that the machine is the instructions of the machines are given in the this one manual. What instruments are used for checking this accuracy of the machine, then sketches of the machine, details of the permissible error, how much error the machine is producing, and then actual error, after doing the job, what is the actual error. So all these are coming under test charts. Periodic acceptance test. The machine tool is expected to produce accurate work pieces not only when it is new, but throughout the working life. A machine tool must be able to produce workpiece within specified limits. For this reason, the wear of the machine must not exceed certain limits. It must be watched, and parts which are faulty due to wear or other damage must be replaced or repaired without delay. Periodic acceptance test means once the machine is erected with a proper procedure and the accuracy, everything is proper, same accuracy or same performance must be maintained by the machine throughout its working life. That means how many years the machine is in a working condition, so those many years it should give the same performance how it was in the beginning. A machine tool must be able to produce workpiece within specified limits. So certain limits are there, within specified limits the machine should produce workpieces. For this reason, the wear of the machine must not exceed certain limits. So keeping this performance lifelong, throughout its working period or working life, the wear and tear of the machine also considered accordingly. That means the machine should, the wear and tear of the machine should be within the limits. It must be watched on parts which are faulty. In case any faulty parts are found or any different noise is produced by the machine or any parts are damaged, so immediately noted and must be replaced without delay. The periodic acceptance tests are to be carried out after overhaul and recondition of the machine tool. Apart from the regular general inspection of the machine tool, immediate steps must be taken when faulty workpieces are produced by machine. That is, when machine dimensions lie outside the specified limits. In such cases, the accuracy and performance of the machine must be tested without delay. Faults can be eliminated only if the causes of the errors are known. That means the periodic acceptance tests are to be carried out after overhaul and recondition of the machine tools. Once the overhauling of the machine is done, what is overhauling will come later, and recondition machine will, after certain years the machine has to be reconditioned, or maybe if the machine is working continuously, so certain period is immediately after the period, the recondition of the machine is very important. So after reconditioning the machine, the periodic acceptance tests are carried out or conducted. So apart from that, regular general inspection also done for the machine tool. If any noise or if any uncertain things are found, immediate steps to be taken and faulty parts are replaced without any delay. That means the machine is producing error. above the limit, above the specified limit. In such cases, accuracy and performance of the machine must be tested immediately without any delay. So faults can be eliminated only if the causes of the error are known. So if any faults are there, before correcting the fault, we should know the cause for the fault, the reason for the fault. First, that reason we have to find out, then we have to correct the fault. Maintenance is the process accepted to extend the life as well as the performance of machines, equipments, tools, etc. Maintenance is a process adopted to extend the life. That means if you properly maintain the machine, at the same time the life of the machine, the working life of the machine also increases. 0% maintenance gives a machine, the 0% maintenance of the machine gives the life of the machine very short. So that's why the maintenance is very important to maintain the accuracy of the machine, performance of the machine and life of the machine till its working period. Type of maintenance: scheduled maintenance, preventive maintenance, breakdown maintenance and pre-detective maintenance. So these are the 4 types of maintenance are there. So let us see one by one. The first one is scheduled maintenance. This is called as routine maintenance, daily routine maintenance. In order to get trouble-free service from productive equipments, following activities is necessary to carry out. So scheduled maintenance for this certain period is after certain days the maintenance is done. This is called scheduled maintenance as per the schedule. So in order to get a trouble-free service, that means why this scheduled maintenance is conducted, to that the machine tool should not give any troubles. It should use continuously for the production work without any trouble. For that, scheduled maintenance is conducted. Following activities is necessary to carry out: lubrication for the scheduled maintenance. So following activities are there, those activities are carried out. First one is lubrication, second one is periodic inspection, third one is adjustments of various parts, cleaning, periodic overhaul, repair and replacements, etc. Let us see one by one. Lubrication, lubricating the machine. Before starting the machine, we must lubricate the points required. The lubrication, which points requires lubrication, so those points we have to lubricate. If points required oil lubrication or liquid lubrication, so for that points liquid lubrication. And if points required grease lubrication, so grease lubrication is done. So this is done always before starting the machine to move the parts freely during the working period. Next, periodic inspection. Certain period, after certain period, for each certain period the inspection must be done. So this is called periodic inspection. Adjustment of various parts. If any wear and tear is there, if the parts are loose or the parts got loosed or something get loosed or something is there, some problems are there, maybe play may be there. So this adjustment is made, and that is called adjustment of various parts. Cleaning. Every day after the work is finished, the machine must be cleaned thoroughly and properly, and then nicely, and if possible we have to lubricate the machine also. Then periodic overhaul. So the periodically after certain days or certain months, overhauling of the machine is very important. Checking the machine, working the parts of all the machines in a proper condition. This is the overhaul of the machine. And repair and replacement. If any faults are found, if something is something different noise produced, so immediately the fault is found out and the repairing is done. Or if the parts can be repaired, the parts can be repaired, or the parts cannot be repaired, such parts will be replaced. All the above maintenance operations are carried out while the machine is running or during pre-planned shutdowns. So these are the maintenance. These are the above maintenance operations are carried out while the machine is running or during pre-planned scheduled. That means during the running means when during the working time or pre-planned. So certain period the pre-planned, already it is decided that so and so date the machine will be shut down and maintenance work will be done. So during that time this above points are the above each points are activities are done. This type of maintenance may prevent breakdown of equipment. So by these activities we can prevent the machine from breakdowns. That means the machine may not break down unless unnecessary the major problem is there. Otherwise, the machine will not break down any case. Routine maintenance should not interfere with the production schedule. So this maintenance doesn't affect the production schedule. It is not coming under production schedule. So next is the preventive maintenance. These maintenance we'll see in the next class. Before this, one point I'll finish. Preventive maintenance. So preventive maintenance is the maintenance undertaken to prevent breakdown. So if any breakdowns are there, preventive maintenance is the maintenance undertaken to prevent breakdown, to avoid the breakdown measure, to prevent the breakdown of the machine, so that machine should work continuously, and for that preventive maintenance is done. Preventive means to prevent the breakdown of the machine. That machine should not, in any case, the machine should not break down. Once the machine is break down, the production will stop. There will be loss, great loss for the company, and also the customers should wait for the product, and for that purpose the machine should not be broke down, and for that purpose preventive maintenance work is done. Weak spots as bearings, parts under excessive vibration and heat, etc. are located by regular inspection. If any some weak parts are there, such as bearing, parts under excessive vibration, the parts which produce a high vibration and heat and all, these are checked with the regular inspection. The parts of equipments are changed before the end of its lifetime to reduce danger of breakdown. So for each part a certain lifetime is there. Before the life of the parts finishes, before that only the parts must be replaced, so that major breakdown will be prevented. The underlying principle of preventive maintenance is that prevention is better than cure. So prevention is better than cure. That means before any accident happens, certain care must be taken, and that's why prevention is better than cure. So for that purpose, underlying principle of preventive maintenance, so the theme of that maintenance is the prevention is better than cure. Preventive maintenance is a definite program of periodic cleaning, servicing, inspection and replacement of worn out and damaged parts for vital plant facilities. That means preventive maintenance, actually the meaning of the preventive maintenance, it is a program, a definite program of periodic cleaning. For each periodic cleaning, servicing of the machine, the parts must be serviced, inspection of each parts, whether the parts are properly working. Then if any worn out parts are there, the damaged parts are there, those parts are replaced, and this is called a preventive maintenance, so that the machine will not be broke down for heavy major breakdowns. So the work will not stop, the machine will work continuously, and for that the preventive maintenance is very important. So thank you students. So next class we will see about importance of preventive maintenance and breakdown maintenance and causes and all other points are there. Those we will learn in the next class. Thank you.